Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews and Micromasters Month. Now I've decided to conclude my first week of videos by going over one of the Micromaster bases. Nothing showed off the playability of the Micromasters more than their bases, which had so much interactivity with the little figures. They could drive them, they could pilot them, they could man weapon emplacements, not to mention the bases could connect to the various battle stations. Now the first base I decided to go over is the Decepticon SKYSTALKER and his Interstellar Shuttle. Now before we get into reviewing the base, let's take a look at SKYSTALKER himself, who is this nice orange and purple sports car. Please take note that, like my other Micromaster reviews, I have upgraded SKYSTALKER with a nice set of Repro Labels Toy Hacks upgrades, which greatly improve his plain orange vehicle to a nice orange and purple look. So just like every other Micromaster, he has got a super simple transformation. We just flip the back over and around, which forms the feet and legs. The hood goes back and fold the arms forward, and there we go, SKYSTALKER in robot mode. I really like this robot mode. This is one of my favorites. I love the head sculpt, I love the look, the detailing. He's just a cool little figure. So anyway, there's SKYSTALKER. We'll put him to the side, and let's take a look at the shuttle. We'll try to keep this in frame. This is a pretty big shuttle. It's got some nice weight to it. Very solid piece. Flip it around. He does have wheels and landing gear. The back wheels do fold in, but there's one problem with that. If you have him sit down, it doesn't take much left to right that will actually make those wheels collapse. So I run into problems with that anytime I'm trying to move my display around. So as long as you're placing him straight down, he's good. Now this vehicle has some interactivity with the Micromaster figures. You can pop this cockpit open, put SKYSTALKER in a sitting position, and he can fly the shuttle. Also up top here, up there went that landing gear again, so we'll just leave that down. On top of the shuttle, you have a secondary shuttle, which another Micromaster can man. Let's pull in Growl here, transform him real quick, remove his gun. So you're going to take the top of this shuttle and you actually split it apart like so. Put Growl in a sitting position. Man, he's tight. He is a mint vintage figure. So we'll put him in here. Just move his gun to the side. And there we go. We've got SKYSTALKER piloting and Growl up here on the secondary shuttle. So whew, off they go. Now the secondary shuttle does come off. Pops right off, and you have two vehicles manned by Micromasters, now part of the Decepticon Air Force. So let's put this back on top of each other here. Actually snaps on, has two slots here, and these two little peg holes that correspond to the shuttle. So I'll get that back on just for now, just so I can show off some of this shuttle detail. It is armed to the teeth. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cannons on top of this that unfortunately all pop off. So if you're trying to find a complete SKYSTALKER, you've got a lot of cannons to look for. So there we go. We'll take one more look at shuttle mode. And no, you cannot put any more Micromasters inside this shuttle. He's big, but he's solid, and he's needed for all his space is filled up. So anyway, that's it. There's shuttle. Let's move on to base mode. First thing you have to do, take off the secondary shuttle. We'll move it to the side. Main shuttle, you're going to flip over and pop this section off, or pop it loose rather, and fold it down like so. Let me angle him around here. There's also a ramp right here. They're going to pull that out. Flip the wings up. So the guns are actually facing forward now. Then you're going to take this section, fold it back, and this blue piece over, which forms, if you can see, there's a computer terminal in there. Now this section here folds up, which brings out a leg to give it a good support. Oops, I forgot, underneath is this section here. Pop this around, and there we go. Last on the main shuttle, we're going to fold this little section out here, which is kind of like an observation deck. So there we go. There is the main shuttle in base mode. But we're not finished yet, and I hope I can get all this in frame. I'm going to move up just a little bit, push it back as far as I can, and now we're going to bring in the secondary shuttle. What you're going to do is you're going to open this up. Actually, going to fold the wings down just a little bit so we can open this up completely. Let's remove growl, and now we're going to flip this upside down. The wings go all the way up to the side, like so. The cannon on the back, you'll actually take it off. It's on a little peg, and you'll place it right up here on the top. So it looks like this. Now there are legs in the back of the shuttle that you actually fold over and around, so it looks like this. You can bring the shuttle halves all the way to the back, and now you're going to slot these little U-shaped sections over, pull this forward, these little sections on the nose cone. So they just snap in place like so. Now, a couple more sections you have to put on here. It does come with 2 ramps. One ramp fits right here, just snaps into place, and the other ramp on the other side. There we go. Let me see. I do not know if I can get all that in frame or not, but I'm going to do my best. Now in base mode, he is very plain. He doesn't have barely any sticker details. I added a little sticker on the inside of the computer here. It was a scrap from one of my Titan Returns stickers. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's just a little database, but other than that, it doesn't really look like much of a base. It's more of like a gun emplacement with ramps. Now I went ahead and transformed the gun emplacement tower back to shuttle mode just in order to fit the entire base within frame. To continue on with that Micromaster interactivity, I'm going to bring in what viewer Shane High likes to describe as the Micromaster Combaticons. Bringing in Rough Stuff as Onslaught, Tracer landing on deck as Vortex, Storm Cloud swooping in as Blast Off, and Growl coming up the ramp as Swindle. Now that I've transformed Rough Stuff and Growl to robot mode, I have Growl back here in the back on the computer, Rough Stuff just hanging out on the observation deck, Tracer up here on top, which is what I would assume is a helicopter pad, and Storm Cloud ready to take off out of the base to continue on his mission for the Decepticons. I'll clear these guys out of the way real quick for you. And I do want to point out that all of the guns that you see are interchangeable. So you can take these black guns off the wings of the shuttle, since he's going to be a big gun emplacement anyway. And you can actually place a gun here on the side and another gun up here at the top. So he can have weapons facing everywhere. He is a very well-armed base. And I use the term base loosely. He's more like a landing strip, an artillery platform. There's not much base to him at all. Some of the other bases have a lot more interactivity than this one. But there you go. There is SKYSTALKER's Shuttle's base mode. Now be warned, if you're wanting to add SKYSTALKER and his base to your collection, you're best off trying to find one 100% complete. Otherwise, you will be hunting down the main shuttle, the smaller shuttle, the SKYSTALKER Micromaster, 2 gray ramps, 2 large cannons, 2 small cannons, a left and right strut or leg for the shuttle to connect to the little shuttle to connect to the main shuttle, your double barrel cannon, and probably the most lost piece of this set, this little connector piece, which connects the double cannon to the back of the shuttle. This piece is what enables it to rotate around and stick in for base mode. So there you go. Oh, and another interesting piece of information I found out. I'm not a big fan of the Transformers anime. I'm more of the American G1 collector. But the SKYSTALKER shuttle was known as Thunder Arrow in the Victory anime and was the flagship of the Decepticon army. Hey guys, I just want to let everybody know how much I appreciate your viewership here on Patriot Prime Reviews. Micromasters month has been a very big hit, and I've gotten lots of positive comments. I also want to bring up something positive to you, that Netflix's TV show, The Toys That Made Us, will premiere their next 4 episodes on May 25th. These episodes will go over Star Trek, Hello Kitty, Lego, and the Transformers. So make sure and check them out on Netflix May 25th. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. This is Patriot Prime signing out. Hooah!